want my rented then.
All right, let me see here. What was I gonna? Oh,
The Avatar thing.
Oh,
no. I know what I was gonna talk
And
about.
then we got two mailbags to do.
Yeah.
CJH, you're too close to the mic. You're too close to the mic.
Hey guys, I'm gonna sign off. It's getting a little bit late.
Way too close.
Yeah. Here it is. This is a topic that I wanted to talk about. All right, here we go. Let me see. Do I have? Oh, here we go. WB.
Oh boy.
Doing it again to Gal.
What did they do?
Doing what again?
What?
I'm very emotional.
Are you talking about the TV spot?
No. Listen, I'm talking about the situation. It's very similar to what happened to Cavill with that they're doing with Gal. And I was excited when we watched that teaser trailer. And this is potentially spoilers, but I think everyone knows now that she is being in Shazam. I think everyone knows this.
Because they revealed the TV spot.
But everyone says this is a new Warner Brothers. This is a new Warner Brothers.
Well, technically it is.
But they're doing the same old shit, just like they did with Black Adam. They're putting way too much expectations on this. It seems like when they feel with the marketing. Well, let me finish first.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's right when the marketing or the projections are a little bit lower than they want. Then they put out a teaser with a surprise guest appearance. They give fans so little, and they are going to put the weight of her appearance in this movie on this scene, and if she should continue or not. And I think that's absolute bullshit, and that's not fair.
Absolutely not.
Regardless if Shazam 2 succeeds or not, I believe they're going to put the same thing on her that they did with Cavill. And it's just like they said, we didn't boot Henry, we didn't boot Gal. I see this coming a mile away.
Henry didn't have a contract. He didn't have a contract.
Shazam is irrelevant. The decision of whether they're going to bring Gal back or not has already been made. I think they are bringing her back. I personally think it's going to be really out of San Diego.
I think it's reliant on this appearance.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
For what info do you have on that though? Crazy Joe. What info do you have?
Because why you think that a movie that they already know is projected to open lower than Morbius, you think the box office and that is going to determine whether she comes back or not?
Absolutely.
That's ridiculous. Oh no way in hell.
Warner Brothers has been consistent
chance.
like this, and they've been consistent. They've also been consistent on unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, but I don't think they have any expectations for Shazam. They're expecting this movie to bomb. That's their expectation.
It will be up to James Gunn whether they
DC usually bombs anyway.
Yeah, James Gunn already knows.
It'll be up to James Gunn if it keeps not.
You don't see the marketing very similar to when they did with Black Adam.
Black Adam didn't show Henry Cavill at all whatsoever.
They showed Henry Cavill a couple days before release, just like they did for Shazam 2.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
There was no TV spot for Henry Cavill. There was nothing about him.
It leaked.
It leaked. It leaked.
I didn't remember. I thought that was official.
No, there was no TV spot for Henry Cavill. I wish it did, but it didn't.
No, but they had Henry Cavill announced. They had Henry Cavill announce that he was in it, that he was back before it released.
But didn't we already know a long time ago?
He announced that the Monday after release.
Yeah, that was WB for.
I don't want to. No, I'm not trying to depress you.
I agree there.
Didn't we already?
Should have never said that for him to go on Instagram and say I'm coming back. Yeah, that was WB.
That was done before release. Yeah.
Yes, that was done for them. That was that was the following Monday that they said. Yeah, that was done for them to say, write Instagram saying that you're coming back. So that was done for them to do that.
I think people are underestimating how much the general audience do not care about this universe.
I agree with you. CGH.
And again, I ask,
They've lost interest. The general audience, they have. Go ahead.
so what expectations exactly did they put about Wonder Woman in this movie, other than this?
I think they're going to put expectations on Gal's future on this.
Oh,
That'll be up to
from
James
this
Gunn.
from this one
Yes.
TV spot.
No, from her appearance, the movie's.
You forgot
success.
yours will come out in the Flash.
What
right?
if it's
She's in the
one
Flash.
scene, one freaking
I'm
scene? What if
telling
it's
you.
that one scene?
I'm telling you, that's Warner Brothers. Unrealistic expectations.
first of all,
If they show this in the TV spot, they probably are. It probably means she's not in it that much.
Yeah.
yeah, and quite frankly, putting her in the commercial is a brilliant move because the movie's tracking to open so low that this can
That's
only
why they
help.
did it, right?
Yeah, exactly. This can
They-
only help the movie.
They
But-
use these things with.
It's looking at an $85 million opening weekend. That's what the deadline report.
Kelly, come here.
I mean, Gal Gadot's being used as a crutch to help Shazam, but this is going to have no bearing on her future.
And also,
Fun.
Gal Gadot is in the Flash movie. She's in the beginning of the Flash movie with doing the action stuff. In the beginning of the Flash movie. I won't spoil the scene, but she's in the Flash movie too. So
Not necessarily still. Not necessarily still.
no, she's
No,
in
she's
the
in
Flash.
it.
No,
They-
she's
they-
in the
the
Flash. That was
toys-
bullshit. Those reports saying that they took out. Then you cannot take out the first act of a movie. That is
Kelly.
dumb.
Yeah,
You
they've
don't do
already
that.
revealed the toy. There's a Funko Pop of her coming
There's a
out. from the
Funko
Flash.
Pop
Yeah.
and
Come here.
there's doing
Come here,
hot
Kelly.
toys of her in the Flash. They're doing
Stop it.
anything. Yeah, they just know.
Yeah, it's like if they really want to determine like the future of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, they should not be looking at her cameo in Shazam. She'd be
I'm
looking
telling
at the
you.
quality of her own movie.
I agree with you, but that's what Warner Brothers has done.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Warner
sure, the
Brothers
old
has
regime.
no power. Warner Brothers has no power here. James Gunn makes all the decisions.
They
When it comes to
they judged Henry Cavill's future based on the Black Adam cameo.
Before James Gunn came.
Yeah, before.
Yeah, he wasn't
bro.
even hired yet.
It's still Warner Brothers Discovery.
No, it's different. It's a different studio. Warner Brothers was separate. Warner Brothers was the one who told Henry Cavill that.
Kelly.
There was
Kelly,
no
here.
DC studio at the time. There was no DC studio, and even James Gunn was not even announced at the time. That whoever told Henry Cavill to put out that post, Warner Brothers or Danny Garcia, his manager, she's garbage at her job, should have never told him you put this out on Instagram. That should have never happened in the first place. Whoever told him that. DC Studios is a separate division from Warner Brothers. It's an own studio, his own lot. James Gunn and Peter
Hold on.
controlled the decision.
I gotta go take care of Callie.
DC Studios.
She is going nuts.
So
Hold on.
whether we get Gal or not, that will be up to James Gunn.
Yeah,
And them.
James Gunn's
Yeah.
already made that decision. He hasn't revealed it yet, but he's already made that decision.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
sure
well,
he's
we
already
know-
made
we-
this decision.
We will know about it after the Flash comes out because she's in the Flash too. So yeah.
And I'm sure she's coming back. He said early on he's keeping what worked and getting rid of what didn't work. And the Wonder Woman movie was one of the first big box office and critical successes they had. Everybody liked that movie. Like that was like the other movies were divisive. That one wasn't. That one was universally loved.
Yeah, the first one was. We don't talk about the second one. The first one was. He even said when he watched the second one, he's like, "That does not make sense at all." It was a couple of, like when he did that big interview about the DC future. So yeah, it will be up to James Gunn what will happen to Gal with stuff, and that's the reason we haven't heard of Margot Robbie's coming back. We just have to wait and see. So yeah,
And I guess we'll see about Aquaman as well.
and we will see about Jason Momoa as well. So we will see what's gonna happen between this. Although, like, you
Sorry,
can't
I'm
leave-
back.
Yeah, I just can't. Yeah,
I don't know. I think they're doing the same thing. This is my take.
it's different. Oh my gosh.
I mean, you could be absolutely right that they're probably using.
I wish
her
it
to
wasn't
get
true.
to get more people to go see it because of Wonder Woman. You're absolutely right. But for you to think that that's going to determine whether or not to keep her or not, like no.
I don't
She's
think
in the
that's what
Flash
they.
movie too.
Let me
keep
say.
forgetting about that.
Let me have this on record. I don't think that's what they should do. I think that's the kind of decision making they're doing. That there's not an audience left. Like one of the quotes after Black Adam is well, I don't think there's as much of a DC audience as we thought. But it's
Yeah,
because of lack of confidence and lack of vision where they follow through on stuff is my take. And thank you, Rhea. Max's point is founded because
No, it's because it's bad.
The biggest thing with Black Adam, the biggest problem with Black Adam was that it was a character that most people had never heard of. You could stop people on the street, say who's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, they know. Most people don't know Black Adam. Black Adam is the side character of a side character.
Bro,
He's
Black Adam
Shazam's
is like
villain.
Black Adam is like a C-lister. Well, you can C or B, whatever you want to say, but
And
it's up to the DC.
therein lies the problem that they didn't set this universe correctly.
Yeah, like they didn't properly
know
establish a foundation.
Well, let's finish this because someone's saying I'm right, and it's Rhea. I'm just kidding.
Of
Max's
course.
point is founded because WBD has gone on record to say if their slate is unsuccessful, they will move another direction. This current slate is not Step by Stone anyone, certainly not Zaslav. And I think they're still reactionary.
So if you
Still
know that it's not
reactionary.
set in stone, then you should not be putting all your cards on this anyway.
I based on the track record, I think they're going to judge each project and the cameos based on if they're going to have them continue or not.
Yeah, it'll be up to James Gunn. He's the
Up
one
to
who's going to
James
decide.
God.
Well, they already are making a Themyscira prequel series that they don't
Yeah,
even
but
need
they
her for.
never.
Well, we
said
don't know
it
if
was
it's
part of-
connected to. Listen, we don't know if it's connected to Gal Wonder Woman yet. They haven't announced it yet. We don't know about it. If it's connected to the first Wonder
And
Woman movie or
I
not,
think
we
it's
don't know.
easily that you don't even need her unless there is a.
Well, it's a
Not if
prequel.
you're-
It's a prequel.
Yeah.
You don't need Wonder Woman
Yeah.
because she hasn't been born. If it's a prequel, she hasn't been born yet.
This movie needs a Aquaman shirtless cameo. Yeah.
Oh my god! I wish that would be funny though if Aquaman showed up.
Shazam 2. Yeah, I don't mean sorry I'm back. I'm saying sorry I had to leave. Senior Nerd, you know that's not true. I'm saying I'm not going to be there for the opening weekend. I don't have a lot of confidence in it, but if I hear amazing things, I might see it. But honestly,
Zack Snyder's never coming back.
Oh my god, bro!
I
We're
never
not even
said he
talking
was.
about Zack.
See,
Jesus Christ!
we were
bro.
trying to avoid saying it.
I don't.
The Senior Nerd said it. So.
Yeah, listen, even if they brought Zack back for a project, he would not take over for Gunn. They're not getting rid of Gunn.
No,
It's all
bro.
the Gunn show.
The most likely thing, if James Gunn calls Zack like, hey, you want to do a DC project? If you don't, then it's okay. Yeah, like they friends. They talk on the phone. James Gunn even said multiple times he talked to Zack. And for whatever reason,
I
fans
just
think that
say
they hate
this
each
is unfair that they keep doing this to their talent. Is putting all this. First off, my main problem with Warner Brothers right now, besides they put too much on one project for the continued every single time. Justice League 2. If they would have just went to Justice League 2 after Justice League 1 was bad and just said, we're going to get a great director, we're not going to go Zack, we're going to get a great director, you're going to see the Justice League again, they would have been past all this shit. They waited too long, they put too much pressure on the Flash, and they put too much pressure on these cameos performance for interest of the character. Unfortunately, they do just look at the money and say, there's not interest in this character anymore, let's move on. And that's where Rhea is agreeing with me, which I appreciate. Anyway,
Yeah, Ray, I love you, but you're incorrect there. James Gunn actually has the authority to make those decisions without Warner Brothers Discovery because that's the way it was set up. He said so himself.
yeah, but with that comment though, Crazy Joe, what has he said about Wonder Woman? An animated series he's interested in that's not any traction yet. In a Themyscira series,
Is anything getting
that's-
traction right now?
Well, I'm saying he basically said we're interested in doing it. He didn't announce a project. If someone asked him on Twitter if he was interested in an animated series, he's like, yes, I've talked to my animation studios about Wonder Woman should be a consideration for an animated series, but that doesn't mean it's announced yet or even the thing that does have traction is what's in his slate is this Themyscira project that doesn't necessarily need Gal. So yes, you're right, Crazy Joe. If James Gunn wants to use Gal, he will.
He's already made that decision though.
He already made the decision.
But
And like, if you don't think he's in control, do you think if Warner Brothers Discovery was still in control of everything, do you think he would let him green light Creature Commandos and the Authority?
No.
Creature Commandos was already underway.
Yeah, it was in pre-production.
Yeah, they could shut that down at any moment. They could shut that down before it's even in production.
The thing is, okay, so
listen,
DC,
James Gunn
okay,
gets
Max,
carte
Max.
blanche on his project because he
DC
was working on
Studio
stuff
is
and now he's
run-
the head. Yeah.
DC Studios is run similar to what Marvel Studio is. Kevin Feige reportedly direct to Bob Iger. Nobody else. Bob Iger himself. James Gunn reportedly only talks to David, and that's it. His boss, only his boss. No Mike DeLuca, no Pat Amy, none of that. Just David. He only talks to him. Similar to how Feige talks to Bob Iger, and that's it.
Well, Rhea does give a point, and this is just politeful debate, Joe.
Yeah,
she says, I don't agree with you on the rule Gunn has of the company. His slate is not approved at his own volition. It fell into a loud budget he and Safran proposed to Zaslav before it was announced. He did have to announce the slate to Zaslav to get the okay first before he released it to the public.
Yeah, but the only person who could shoot him down is Zaslav.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's potentially based
based
on results. But let's move on. Talati, do you have anything to add before we move on?
Yeah,
Are you worried that they're putting too much pressure on this gal Cameo?
Not really.
For her future.
Not really, because if you think about it, Gal's already been contracted to do cameos for DC films before James Gunn came in, right? And for the future of the Wonder Woman brand, well, we don't know if it's been recast. We won't know, right? But I don't think this is, damaged Gal's image per se, right?
I just think they've consistently put too much pressure on projects and appearances. That's my take. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I don't think it has damaged her image, but I think maybe the pressure, for her to be put in.
I think too much look.
I don't think they put pressure on anything.
Oh my god.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're not expecting much from these projects at all. I mean, if anything, the pressure would work the opposite way. Like, I think they're expecting, let's say Black Adam. They weren't expecting much from Black Adam. They could see the tracking. They knew what they
were expecting.
No, they
weren't.
They were expecting for Black Adam.
I don't believe that. I mean, how you'd have to be delusional to think that they were.
The Rock was.
They said they underperformed their expectations. They were expecting a lot from it.
Yeah,
it didn't even break even. It didn't even break even. That's not good.
But that's the thing. It doesn't matter. Like the only thing it could have done was
reports are that they wanted like close to $800 million for that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, they were going to go in their own direction anyway. They were bringing James Gunn in anyway. We didn't know that yet because it hadn't been announced.
No, they made the decision after opening week. They had multiple routes they were going to go. There are lots of reports about this. This isn't just Mikey Sutton. This is like the Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, that people were saying they didn't know how close they were to having one more go with not necessarily Zach, but with the Justice League. They were actually prepping that. That's why you're getting these cameos. They were working in tandem on two different visions.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, with the Snyderverse cast.
And it was a reaction to the Black Adam box office that they expected too much on.
I don't think they expected too much. I think it could have gone the other way. If Black Adam had been $1 billion movie, they could have shifted they could have said, "Oh crap, that's working. Let's go that way." But I think that they were going to go with James Gunn no matter what. Like, he was going to come in and have carte blanche when do whatever he wanted.
Not necessarily. If Black Adam did hit those numbers they were expecting, they might have gone the $7 productions. I think Black Adam's failure, along with the Super Pets movie, what was it called? Super Pets?
League of Super Pets.
I don't think they expected much from Super Pets. Like, they expected that to be a big family film.
Animated. That was
that was a family film.
I mean, but that was the other $7 Productions production. They might have gone with Hiram Garcia and The Rock. They might have gone that route
Yeah.
and given one more go with this version of the Justice League.
Yeah, but
From reports from there are from sites, but not just from rumor sites. Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca were actively. This is where these cameos were put in. This is where these cameos with Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill. They're actively removing cameos they paid money for.
Yeah, but the bottom line, though, is James Gunn is in charge now. He has a slate. He knows what direction he's going in. So there is literally no pressure on Shazam, Aquaman, or The Flash. There's no
Blue
pressure
Beetle.
whatsoever. What
Yes,
they
there
get
is.
out, no,
For
there's
for
none
these-
because they're irrelevant. If they're successful, you could still get a Shazam 3, but they have no
For Ezra-
bearing on
for
what's
Ezra to
coming.
continue, for Shazam
No,
to
Ezra's
continue, for
not.
Gal to continue. There is pressure.
Those
There is-
decisions were
there-
already made.
No, there is pressure for the Flash. Definitely for the Flash.
Oh,
Because-
no, what pressure? What pressure's on the Flash?
the Flash
It doesn't
not have
matter.
pressure.
It doesn't
does
matter.
not.
It resets the universe. So anything that
even-
comes after is
Reset
what the
it.
pressure
No,
is
Yeah.
on.
even if it resets the universe, you don't seem to understand. In the comics, the Flash stays the same, right? You got to remember that.
Yeah, but he's not staying the same no matter what.
No, but what they're doing is they're saying is that if it makes $1 billion, right, they'll keep Ezra.
They're not keeping Ezra.
They can't
It
keep
can
it.
make two. It can make $3 billion. They're not keeping Ezra. Ezra's gone. They're not going to say. They're not about to say they're getting
They're
rid
not
of
gonna
Ezra
say it.
before the movie opens, but
Like-
he is
No,
already
I agree
gone.
with DL. If it does make a penny, they will keep it.
No,
I bet you that the new actor
James
who plays
Gunn
the
likes
Flash is already
Ezra.
cast and shows up at the end of the Flash movie. I bet he comes back from the future and he's a new actor.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think they figured out someone to recast yet. But
They can't do nothing to recast. You see, there's nothing they can do to fill that void, to basically say, okay, yeah, we can recast the Flash for the next Flash film or the next Justice League film or whatever,
Well, they
right?
could easily just treat it as a reboot, though. They could just easily treat it as a different Flash, as they do with all the other versions. We're about to get a new Superman. We're about to get a new Batman, so they'll just treat it like that.
Well, the new Batman and new Superman thing is basically
It's his
because they
opinion,
have-
world champ. It's his opinion.
yeah,
And keep in mind, this is not 100% like the Flashpoint from the comics. You already know that, so they're gonna
Yeah, I'm certain that the final scene of the Flash, he's going to come back to the future after Flashpoint, look in the mirror, he's going to have a different face, and he's going to go, "Whoa, what the heck happened?"
There's a DeLorean.
It's gonna
Oh
go,
my goodness! Crazy Joe's spoiler prediction of the Flash. Listen,
but
there's been reports that Gunn really likes Ezra Miller's portrayal of the Flash. He used him at the end of Peacemaker.
Yeah, I
He
like
likes
his
his
portrayal too.
He likes
but
his comedic timing. That his version of the Flash fits right in toe with
And
Gunn's vision.
actually,
Oh, yeah,
and actually,
he's
James
great.
Gunn-
But does he
actually,
want to
James-
keep the headache of all the controversy
also,
with
I
Ezra?
don't think
It's slowed down.
It didn't go away. It did not go away. It
It's
slowed
slow-
down, but it's not going away.
slow down
They
until the next thing
They
he does.
said
Yeah,
Ezra's
he's in
getting help.
recovery now.
They said Ezra's getting help.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
He's
Till he
getting
does.
help
Do
until he
something
falls
else.
off the wagon.
Exactly. Like, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't. He
I don't know,
needs
but-
a good amount of time in rehab, and then if they prove themselves, I don't know.
Well,
It's like, I don't
even
think
James-
James Gunn want to deal with the headache. I just don't think he want to deal with the controversy.
Even James Gunn said they allow Ezra to do whatever he wanted on the Peacemaker set. So he likes him.
They said there's unseen footage of him just riffing with comedy. That is all what James Gunn's about. Let's get to some rapid fire topics because I need to
gotta-
do
I
Thank you.
I got to get going. I'll see you guys later.
All right, thanks, Crazy Joe. I appreciate your opinions, even though we disagree.
That's all right. I'd agree with
He-
you
he-
that we both be wrong.
He might have a show coming up soon. We don't know.
I got some ideas.
Yeah.
Some ideas.
Yeah.
So
I'm unaware of how widespread. I think it's calmed down. I think people that have just been following it a lot are the
Yeah.
ones keeping it going.
We're
Okay,
doing mailbag.
we will. I don't know how much
We're
DL
missed
has
two of
to
them.
stay too because he did a stream before me. So I
right.
just want.
I'm actually probably going to leave it a minute too because
Yeah.
I just got off